Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for spending your precious time. Invest your time to learn and gain knowledge from this sharing session by Mr. Chong Mok Yong. Yeah. Today, what are we going to talk about? Basically, there are a lot of queries come into picture when I have lunch with my friends and tea time with them. And I came across a lot of people, they do not understand how will and trust perform separately. So, Mr. Chong, good afternoon to you. You are muted, Mr. Chong.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Good afternoon. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome aboard. Yes.
So, Mr. Chong, lately I have came across few friends, even clients, some they actually have the misconception about will and trust, declaration of trust, that currently we're actively promote to them, because I always tell them, you will never be a beneficiary in your own will. Am I right, Mr. Chong?
No.
Yeah, but your money, your hard-earned money, you want to take charge, because when critical time, you cannot depend on others. Yeah, it'd be great that during your healthy time, you actually set up certain thing called declaration of trust to determine in certain critical moment, your money can use on yourself. Yeah, so some people actually also have the misconception. I thought I have written my will, and my trust also indicate very clearly that when I'm not, the money can use for my children's education. But they have forgotten, will only take effect when a person passing. So, Mr. Chong, what kind of thing that you would like to advise to the public? Yeah, how they should, what are the important info for a person to write a will? Okay, why they need to write a will? Because a lot of people still have that kind of misconception. Will can take effect anytime.
Okay, basically, the purpose of writing a will is to just in case this person pass away and the asset get frozen. So if there is a will put in place, then the frozen asset can be transferred to the beneficiary as per the will. Okay. If there is no will, then the frozen asset will be follow the Distribution Act. And if there is no will, you will take a long legal process to apply LA and a lot of condition attached. So the process is slow and lengthy and costly. So that is why everyone is encouraged to write a will, so that in case something happens, their frozen asset, because of their demise, can be transferred via the will to their loved one, their preferred beneficiary. Okay, so this takes care of the event of death when the person A passed away. However, there is another part that is most people have ignored or neglected. That is, what happens if this person do not die? What this person is suddenly in a coma situation, for example, or maybe he is bedridden, in the last 2-3 years before she passed away or whatever. So she cannot manage her asset herself. She cannot sign check. She cannot go to the bank to withdraw money. So in this sort of situation, it will be good to have a separate document called Declaration of Trust. Okay, Declaration Trust, as created by Rockwills, is a product whereby it can take care of this person himself during his lifetime. Okay, and also can take care of other people as well. It depends on what he want to, who he want to take care. For example, a very recent case that I have is there is an Indian lady, she's about 75 years old, and she's staying in PJ Jalan Kasing alone, and she has a son, 2 sons, one in Singapore, one in Abu Dhabi, and she is on her own. She do her own cooking, go to the bank and everything. So one day she was asking me, what happened if one day suddenly I wake up and I find that I'm blur, I cannot drive anymore, I need somebody to help me to feed me food, you know, to clean up for me or whatever. So what should I do? So I say you need to prepare a document called Declaration of Trust. Meaning to say that you assign some asset, for example, your bank account, okay, to this Declaration of Trust, and you give a power of attorney to Rockwills, a trustee company. This trustee company will only exercise the power of attorney upon certain event happen. For example, if she is in coma stage, or she is medically unable to handle herself, you know, or maybe she resigned as a trustee. So these are some of the events that can happen, and she's still around. She's not dead, and the Rockwills as a trustee appointed in the Declaration Trust will take over the money, and based on her instruction, what to do with the money. In fact, she said that in her Declaration Trust that in case something happened to her when she's not able to handle herself, she wished to go to a nursing home. In fact, she also identified the nursing home herself, which is the Lotus Nursing Home. So in the Declaration of Trust, you will say that in case I wish to relinquish my position and let Rockwills to take over as the trustee for my asset, Rockwills will pay all my expenses and even send me to the Lotus Nursing Home in BJ, you know, so that Rockwills can pay all the expenses for her. So that's why this document called Declaration Trust actually is very important, because it takes care of yourself before you die. And even if this person, until you were to pass away, no issue. The second part will also mention that if she passed away, the balance of the money will be transferred to her will, you know, and will be distributed according to the will that she has written. So this is called a Declaration of Trust. And the other purpose of this Declaration of Trust is for proxy cases. A lot of people has buy property under other people's name. So you can also instruct the person's name, the asset, the register name, the person's name who is registered, to do a Declaration of Trust. In case anything happen, can transfer back the property back to you via a Declaration of Trust. So this is what they call it, a very simple document called Declaration of Trust, which most of us should have a document standby on top of the will. Okay, Karen?
So in actual fact, ladies and gentlemen, will, we have to be realized, yeah, we have to understand, yeah, we will never be a beneficiary in our will. Yeah, you can be a beneficiary in any other people's will that written you as beneficiary, your spouses, your parents, okay? But for your own will, you will never be your own beneficiary. That is very crucial, because your money supposed to use for your own self first before you give to others. You don't need to trouble other people. That is the reason why, for the recent year, Rockwills have been highly promote Declaration of Trust to the public. Yeah, a lot of us does not aware the important, but however, when they said day by day come by, yeah, we can see a lot of cases happen. Yes, you have written your will. Yeah, you have named all your children be the beneficiary. You can have a complete will written to give to who and who. However, bear in mind, I realized one thing, and I see so many cases happen because of this thing. Your children, your beneficiary, despite you have written them to be the beneficiary, they actually have the money to claim the asset or not? Have you actually wondered and have you think about this question for your own self? You have write someone to be your beneficiary, but the other person, they don't have money. How to claim? That is another issue. How, if you don't set up this Declaration of Trust, you have so many property, but you still owe to the bank, you know, my dear. You have written your wife, you have written your children to be the beneficiary, but too bad, they have no money to pay the installment. Less than 3 months, okay? Less than 3 months, the bank will call already. The receiver will come to your house. Hello, this so and so already. How come no installment pay? The bank have the right to recall, you know. This is something that as individual, as estate planner, okay, as parents of someone, children for someone, we need to be aware. Emergency funding is very important. Declaration of trust as good as emergency funding. We usually share with people that you need to stand by at least 24 months of payment, because for a complete case, or maybe we give a standby 24 months to complete the estate claim. Why? A lot of people say, I've written my will, yet how can it be take so long? Ladies and gentlemen, the process of claiming the estate is beyond Rockwill's control. It's beyond everyone's control because it depends the situation, like court order. Okay, the court is queuing up, you know. During this pandemic time, a lot of people passing, and all these people also like ourselves. If we are passing, our beneficiary need to claim. They are queuing up, they are piling up. That is the reason why writing a will is a must, and declaration is, please think care of your own self before you give the money to others. Don't need to immediately so eagerly want to pass down your asset to your loved one, to your children. Mr. Chong, your experience will tell us, yeah, those people immediately transfer their asset to their children. What is the consequences?
Those who go and transfer immediately, you'll find that at the end of the day, they suffer. Okay, they definitely will suffer because your children can change. Your children finance can change, you know. So uncertainty is there. The moment you give up whatever asset to your children or your beneficiary, nobody will take care of you anymore, not practically. So you must hold the asset tight to yourself as long as you can, and only distribute when you are not able to live anymore, you know, via a will. However, the declaration of trust is also very useful, not only for your sudden last minute not able to take care of yourself. You also need the declaration of trust for payment of urgent payment, like what Karin said just now. You know, if a person passed away, still there are a lot of expenses need to be paid. For example, funeral expenses, last minute medical expenses, you know, transportation fee, and then if you have minor children which depend on you, he might need to have the school fee, you know, maintenance, guardian payment, all this stuff. All this cannot stop, but you are dead and the asset all frozen. So a declaration of trust will ensure that there is sometimes we call it a water tank, you know. Then you open your water tank, and then the money from those specific account that assigned to the declaration of trust can be used, and not other account will get frozen for sure, but this particular account will be your water tank to supply water to the family, to make all the important payment, housing loan or whatever, or to make all the necessary urgent payment like funeral expenses or whatever, you know, when you are no more around. So to me, in conclusion, declaration of trust is very, very important. Everybody, on top of writing a will, a functional will, should have side by side declaration of trust in the put in place. In the declaration of trust, the asset that can put in are mostly will be the movable asset, like your bank's account and unit trust. You can put it there, you know. And some customer I see they even put what they call that insurance policy inside the declaration of trust, you know. Some they do the insurance what they call that insurance trust. But however, with the recent development, it's not so encouraged already, because the insurance that is assigned to the trust corporation need to pay stamp duty. That differ a little bit from customer from doing absolute assignment to a trustee company. But that is not the end of the world. We can still use bank's account, unit trust, the movable liquid asset to park into the declaration of trust. Okay.
So coming back to accounts, so we understand that accounts can park into declaration of trust. Yep. So Mr. Chung, what is your advice? A lot of people actually, they say, I have so many children, so I open joint account with them. No? So open a joint account with your children. Is it really advisable? Is it ever able to protect your money in this case?
Okay, if you have joint account, remember, when you have a joint account, mostly there is a mandate of either one to withdraw, can withdraw. So if you have a joint account with a son, and what happens if the other son take the money without your knowledge, you know? So it's not a good idea to keep your money in joint accounts, okay? And secondly, also, what happens if you have joint account and the other party suddenly pass away? You know, when he suddenly pass away, the 50% of the account belong to his estate because we are in the tenancy in common, whereby the deceased 50% will not automatically give back to you, okay, as in the joint tenancy. So never leave your account under joint name unless it's for, I would say it's for like a convenient, for convenient to withdraw, you know, convenience sake. But if you think you wish to use those money or you wish to pass those money down to your next beneficiary, you definitely have to put into sole name. Okay, put under a sole name, and under the sole name, you write a will, and that will be very secure. Or you can park into the declaration of trust. Okay, never do under joining with somebody, because somebody can take the money, and by the time you realize that you need the money might be withdrawn and
yeah.
Okay, because
so yeah, that is very crucial decision. Yeah, not that we don't trust our children or our spouses. There are situation critical come into picture. Yeah, integrity is part of the reason we do not know when a person, be it your children, be it your spouses or whoever, the joint party encounter life financial difficulties. The money is lying down there. He can be accessed anytime, anywhere, without asking you, because you already put him, okay, put him or put her as a joint account owner. So the perception of a joint account holder, I also have 50% share, ma, why not? Right? So in order to protect your own money, your hard-earned money, to make sure that when critical time, the money is actually used for your own self, be it medically, be it you have leaving behind something that can help to settle all the estate administration process, that kind of expenses, or even your funeral expenses. You might actually wonder why funeral expenses come into this lump sum of money. Bear in mind, if your children are unable to withdraw the money, it could be your sibling, whoever come and help. Borrow them the money first. You cannot expect your sister to come up with the money. People have no obligation. But your children, you should actually let them have the responsibility to understand what is the last right of your life, that they actually have to pay respect. They have to come out with the responsibility. But if seriously they are unable to fulfill all these things, my personal view, yeah, my personal view, I will always say, why not? The money standby, in case someone have actually come out with the money to settle the bill, please, your children, and also have the face to take this money to return back to others. The last right of our life, not using other people's money, but our own money. Isn't it better? That is how when I encounter situation, I talk to my client. Yeah, I talk to my client. We cannot depend, we cannot always rely on others to help us. We need to help ourselves, you know, before other people helping us. People help you, it could be obligation, but you cannot always take things for granted. Your money should actually spend on your own self. That's how I always think of. Yeah, coming back again, we know that will is a very important document, Mr. Chong. I also came across some customers say, I asked them, by the way, you have withdrawn your will, you have written your will. Where do you keep your will? Yeah, I keep in the I keep in the safe deposit box. Huh? I say, why you keep in the safe deposit box? My son can anytime withdraw, ma. Then I share with him. So what are the consequences that come into picture? So Mr. Chong, I need your sharing to let everybody know what is the best choice to keep your custody, the will, keeping of the will.
Okay, the law need the original will when to apply grant of probate. So the original will must be kept properly, and it must be found easily when need arise. Okay, so if you were to put your your will in your safe deposit box in a bank, for example, which is under your name, and should something happen to you, this account, the safe box, which is your estate, will be frozen. You will not be able to open, your family member will not be able to open the safe box, despite the fact that there might be another key for another holder. Because as we mentioned earlier, we are in tenancy in common. So even though either one can take, that mandate is usually null and void. Okay, so cannot open. So that is why we have also come across a case. I have in fact, I got 2-3 customers who don't believe what I say, put their will in the safe box. You know, because they say many years ago, even my grandfather passed away, we can still open the box after 6 months, 1 year, no issue, ma. I said there was during the 60, you know, when it's not electronic link. Now it's link, you know. So what happened here? He put the safe box, the will in the safe box, and later passed away. The children couldn't open the safe box. So what happened? They got no choice. They have to apply another document called letter of administration, treated as he has no will. Okay, and via, you know, without will, a lot of process and a lot of money spent to get this document done, extracted. So after went through the long, lengthy process of getting LA, assume the father don't have a will, and administrator is appointed, guarantor is found, everything, and finally get the LA extracted. Only then the administrator go to the bank and open the safe box and saw the father's will inside there. And again, take out the original will and reapply letter of administration again. You see, so it wastes a lot of time and money. So the best place to put will, for me, I think will be in a third-party custody. For example, Rockwills Custody Service. We have now close to 300,000 customers keeping their will in Rockwills whole life at Wisma Rockwills, and they will be giving some membership card, you know, and can pass it to the family member. Should anything happen, they can just present the membership card to Rockwills to retrieve the will together with the death certificate. So this is actually a better idea than putting at home. In fact, I have another uncle many years ago wrote a will with me, and after that he said that he would prefer to keep the will himself. I say, why you want to keep your will yourself? He said, Mr. Chong, my office got one safe deposit box, you know, can put you inside also, you know, very big, can put a lot of documents, all my things are all there. So I think I should put my will there. I said, it's up to you, your choice. And you know what happened? After about 10 over years, I think about 6 years ago, he called me up. He said, Mr. Chong, oh my God, you know what happened? You know, I have been retired from the business, and my daughter and my son took over the business. And 2 weeks ago, I went to the office to wait for my good friend from outstation. And when I was sitting in the office, since I retired, I don't interfere in their business. But suddenly I saw the safe deposit box, you know, the safety box there. So I was waiting for my friend. So I went there to open and have a look at what are the documents. Then I went through. I saw so many of my grant and everything there, the commercial document. And suddenly I saw your will. Then only remind me that, hey, I have written a will with Mr. Chong from Rockwills. I so forgot about that. And you know what? I almost fell from my chair. When I opened the will, I saw that every page there is a red line across. on every page. You know, if that is the case, if I suddenly pass away, then I think this will cannot be used already because there's tampering. You know, every page there is a red line right across. So I was so shocked, quickly call me up and say, Mr. Chong, better write a will for me. And we write a will. This will is not valid. I say, yeah, it's no more valid. And we keep the will at Wisma Rockwills. You know why? Finally, he go and check and check and check. And I think his suspicion is the daughter, lah. You know, the youngest daughter who he didn't mention to give anything to her, you know, leave nothing to her. That one is the girl that could be the high suspect that have drawn the red line on the will. That is why when you write a will, don't take it lightly and think that, no, I've done my will, I'm okay already. But keeping is the other part of the coin, that you must take good care of the will. If not, somewhere down the line, before you are gone and there's tampering, or like this case, you know, it's equivalent to we have no will. Okay, Karen?
Ladies and gentlemen, writing a will, it sounds like very simple, right? You just write and give away when you are not around. But in actual fact, it does not, you know. It covers who you actually appointed to be executor, whether your executor is actually someone that caliber enough or not to handle the situation, okay? To run around as a runner, that to do all those things that according to your wishes or not. Again, the so-called runner, the executor, if your will is not complete, you didn't indicate a lot of things in your will. We are not talking about details, yeah? We are talking about certain things that important, like itemized, whether you have a clause for your bank account, whether you have written failed EPF for your insurance nomination, whether you have written, you have Bursa investment share or not, or unit trust or not, or your car or not, or deposit box or not. These are the items supposedly is in your will as general term. Am I right, Mr. Chong? Yeah. But a lot of people that doesn't aware, they thought, I written my will, I put movable and I put immovable, these two wording is enough already. In actual fact, it's not, yeah? Things that you didn't put in, sorry, yeah? If you don't put in, who know what you have? Your executor will know, me? Are you willing to tell your executor what exactly you have in your mind or in your name list? You don't, right? So therefore, write a proper, complete, functional will is very, very important. Yeah, just like I always share with my client. Today, if you are having some flu, cough, who can you look for? GP, right? Any 24 hours clinic you can walk in. But bear in mind, you have stomach pain or chest pain or eye swollen like nobody business. Can you look for a GP for medicine or not? I don't think you dare to. Am I right? You definitely will look for specialists. My dear friends, estate planner like us, yeah, we are specialists in estate planning. We are not boasting who we are, but we have to tell the fact that when certain things require professional knowledge, you seriously need to seek for professional help. Just like you know that will is actually very important. Can you simply keep in your house? No, ma. Can you actually keep in your safe deposit box? No, ma. If safe deposit box under sole name, lagi tak boleh pakai. Joint name, again, what happened? The joint holder also passed away within the same accident. Possible, right? Possible. Then, just like what Mr. Chong, the real case, the actual will, every page, one line. Oh my God, gone case already. Yeah, every page of the will, one line. If you have millions of asset or multi-million asset, you already written who do you want to give to. You miss out one children and the one children just draw a line. Sorry, your will is not effective at all. It's not valid anything. It's not valid anymore. I'm actually very thankful to Mr. Chong. Since last year, we have started our sharing session. Yeah, because of Mr. Chong's knowledge, we gain a lot. Therefore, we urge our friends, if you are our customer today, thank you for joining us, because you also need to congratulate your own self, spending half an hour here, but you gain knowledge. You gain the knowledge that certain things can be avoided. Yeah. Our duty, myself duty, like Mr. Chong, two of us, our vision and mission is actually very clear. Mr. Chong, am I right?
Yes.
We know that a lot of people have unclaimed money. What will happen if you have not written your will? Do you want to be the unclaimed money contributor to the nation? You don't need to, you know. You can do it right. So today's session, actually, the sharing session, I think is benefited to a lot of us. By the way, on the floor, do you all have any question to ask Mr. Chong? You are most welcome. Again, I want to say something about Mr. Chong. I always want to clap hand on behalf. 6 times, 6-timer president of Rockwills. Not many people. So far, no one can actually break the record. Mr. Chong experience indeed helping us a lot. We has been promoting estate planning knowledge to everyone. Yeah. So if on the floor today, you do not have any session or any question to ask, I will welcome you next Saturday, 3 p.m. Yep. We are going to have our Mandarin session, Will and Trust. We have a lot of topic to share with everyone. The knowledge is related to ourselves, our friends surrounding us. If you are estate planner, please continue to learn and share. If you are our client, please refer to who invited you to join the session today. I believe your friends invited you definitely will actually help you to draft a professional, complete, functional will. This is very, very crucial. Okay. So Mr. Chong, anything else?
Nothing much lah. Thank you. So we will catch up next week again, because this week we end now, I think, because next week we'll continue with the Chinese version, Mandarin version. Oh?
Yep.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Karen from JB. This is Karen from JB, Mr. Chong from KL. We have many friends here, various in Malaysia. So happy holiday, drive safe wherever you are, stay safe and keep healthy. So we'll see you again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.